Imagine going to some of the most luxurious holiday destinations in the world. For some people, money is no object. Welcome to the Millionaires Holiday Club.
Hello.
Jane goes on 12 dream holidays every year and loves the champagne lifestyle.
I'm going to have to blow my nose a minute.
While Mervyn works all year to afford his perfect paradise and wants everyone else to just bugger off.
I'm a miserable bugger when I'm at home, but I'm even worse when I'm on holiday.
This guy come over and started talking to her, and it was Richard Gere. Just chatting to her on the beach.
Trying to provide people like Mervyn with the perfect holiday
I am working on a nice one at the moment, which is about £70,000.
is the business of one specialist tour operator.
We're creating perfection.
Thank you very much.
The answer is yes. Now tell us what you want.
That one has set them back 115,000. Ooh. Happy days.
And if you work here,
Have you ever been to Thailand before?
you too can get to join the club.
Now this is luxury.
I know it's changed my life. That first trip I went on, I was like, am I really experiencing this? This is unbelievable.
Somewhere in the Caribbean, 95 holidaymakers are spending a small fortune to take a tour of the islands aboard the luxury cruise ship Sea Dream.
Morning.
Oh, good morning. Hello. How are you?
Oh, very good. Look at you, Miss Glamorous.
Oh, yeah, well, makes the effort in the morning, you know. I have been up since 5 o'clock.
You haven't?
To gym.
Jane built an innovative dental supply company. 12 years ago, she sold her business, and she and her partner Michael have been on holiday ever since.
Good morning.
Jane, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
You sleep?
Last year, they took 12 sumptuous trips.
Where did you go away last year?
You seriously want me to remember? Okay, breakfast. I can tell you what we're doing this year. We're going to the Caribbean, to Dubai and the Seychelles. We're going to Rome and then up to Venice, Croatia. Then we'll go to Australia. It's going to sound bad, isn't it? It is. I can hear it. We've got an exceptional year this year. Then we're going to the south of France to a friend's wedding. Then back to the Caribbean. So, busy. Busy year this year. Oh my goodness, look at this view. We've actually got a list in the room of who all these yachts belong to.
Give us some names, who's the big players here?
Well, that's Abramovich, isn't it? That's the Eclipse. That's Amani's yacht, I think. The grey one over there, the stealth-like one.
There's a lot of money on this water.
There is a couple of billion, yeah, a couple of billion.
Oh.
Looking after every detail of Jane and Michael's exclusive holidays is a specialist tour operator, based in Chester.
Good morning, ITC Luxury Travel, Jean speaking. Can I help you?
The telesales team sell tailor-made holidays to the world's most incredible locations.
I mean, all three properties are lovely. I mean, Cobblers in Barbados, it is a beautiful property.
I wouldn't sort of discount that one, but I honestly believe for all the facilities that are involved in Mauritius, they would really tick all of the boxes because you would get the privacy and also the service and the butler.
The average Briton spends just over £800 on an annual holiday.
So you've got your 2 diamond sea view rooms on a half-board basis, and that's 15,100 in total.
These holidays can cost tens of thousands of pounds.
I am working on a nice one at the moment, which is about £70,000, but they are looking at a month away.
It's 15,000, so that's 9 nights in Abu Dhabi. But it's a family of 5, so it's getting quite a bargain there. Would I pay for it? I don't earn that much.
What's the most expensive holiday you've sold?
A Maldives booking, which was about 115,000. But yeah, they wanted top suites and first class flights and the whole shebang.
It's an insane amount of money, but it's what it's there for. Spend it. I would.
Jen joined the company in 2004 and took over 6 years ago. They now sell £90 million worth of high-end holidays every year.
We have a complete mix of clients, from established landed gentry to celebrities to self-made millionaires.
6 nights was 13.8.
You're buying into an exclusive club. You're buying into something that not everybody can have access to.
My Gorham. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Can you tell me what the difference between the cruise you go on is and normal cruises?
No, because I've never been on one of those big cruises and I have no intention of going on either. I don't queue. Thank you, sweetheart.
My pleasure.
Many Caribbean cruises have up to 3,500 passengers. On Jane's cruise ship, there are less than 100.
I hate the word cruise ship. This is a yacht, and our motto is it's yachting, not cruising, because we are functioning very much like a private yacht. So this is your yacht. You have invited 100 any other friends with you, and that's what it is.
Thank you, sweetheart.
What's on the menu?
Raspberries, ginger tea and some yogurt.
We have 94 crew members, so we have a ratio of 1-to-1 almost, because this product is all about service. You will see from time to time these gentlemen are passing around each guest and offering them to clean their sunglasses. Because when you're on vacation, you don't want to do anything. You just want to sit back and relax. And that's the key thing. You anticipate the guest needs. And that's, when you do that, you succeed in any service.
Jane and Michael's frequent holidays have earned them a place in a special club.
Oh, hi, it's Natalie calling from ITC Chairman's Club. How are you today?
The Chairman's Club is our top client travel club.
The luxury junior suite, is that available also?
They are our highest spending clients. I think we've got some that have kind of spent over £1 million with us on holidays.
As an account manager of the Chairman's Club, Natalie's responsible for fulfilling the holiday requirements of 80 select clients.
Are you always as busy, Natalie? Always busy, yeah. Always making people's dreams come true. Jane's my number one, without a doubt. She's the number one client. I promise I won't. We do actually speak every day on the phone.
Do you?
We do. Jane's actually more like a friend, I would say, than a client.
For the Caribbean cruise, Natalie has booked Jane into the owner's suite, the best accommodation on board.
So Jane's room would look like this. You get the sort of the lounge dining room area, so you can dine in your suite as well if you want.
And how many of those suites are there on the boat?
Just the one.
What would a week on the cruise cost?
15,000 to 16,000 per person.
Per week?
For a week, yeah. Before flights.
Jane and Michael flew first class and have actually booked to stay on the boat for 3 weeks. In the last 15 years, the couple have been on Sea Dream 54 times.
Oh, thank you.
You've obviously done the cruises a number of times.
Right, well, let's get this absolutely clear. Cruises are anathema to me. When James first insisted on going on a cruise, I thought, please, God, no. I saw the film Carry On Cruising and I thought, right, that's probably just exactly what it's going to be like. This particular boat we go on, it has a maximum of 100 people. Very well-travelled people, sophisticated people, quiet people, a bit like myself, so no big deal there. But basically, it's a home. It just floats.
How are you?
I'm fine,
Had a
sweetheart.
good breakfast?
I've had a very good breakfast, unfortunately.
What's it like being on a holiday all the time?
Do you know, I'm hating the word holiday.
Thank you so much for the canapes the other night.
I'm not going to a ruddy camp. It's a little bit more sophisticated than going on holiday. I prefer the use travelling, but please, I'm just being pedantic, being a pain.
Most people can't understand why we're in Chester. Most people go, well, where's Chester? You know, they do expect us to be in Sloane Square or, you know, one of the Stepford Wives, all cloned, etc.
Cardi. We're going to Menands first, because she'll do the school run for me this morning.
Single mum Kelsey joined the company last year, but has worked in sales since leaving school.
I've been in travel for 7 years because I worked for Thomas Cook and co-op travel, but then this is luxury travel and it's a tour operator, so it's completely different.
The sales team's salaries start at £18,000 a year plus commission, if they hit their targets.
Do you have to be posh to work here?
I am not posh at all. I have a phone voice, you know, you've always got to be professional. Good afternoon, ITC Luxury Travel. Kelsey speaking, how can I help?
To enable her staff to successfully sell holidays they have never experienced themselves, Jen has begun to send them on research trips. The next trip is to the Seychelles and includes the private island where William and Kate spent their honeymoon.
The Seychelles is one of the world's most exclusive places to go. They are the most beautiful collection of private islands. Some of them are so private that you need permission to even fly over them. People are going to the Seychelles for that extra level of luxury. It's exclusive, it's hidden, it's hard to get to. It's some of the best places that money can buy.
The tour of the Seychelles will begin on North Island, where a team of 150 look after a maximum of 22 guests in 11 villas. A villa can cost up to £60,000 a week.
Each villa's got a little private garden with a little private pathway that leads onto the beach. The guests that we have staying with us demand the very, very finest, and one of the things that we're well known for is the attention to detail.
It's all about the detail. You know, there's a lot of thought that's gone into the design of these villas. If it's not done just right, it completely falls apart. I mean, a very good example are these teardrop vases. And if the water level is not exactly right to the top, you're not going to get that effect, that magnification effect, you know. If you don't have that, it just looks like an empty vase.
All of the information of all of the guests we keep on a little what we call a day sheet, which is essentially a cheat sheet that tells us really everything that we need to know about them. For us, delivering a truly luxurious experience is delivering what the guest wants.
How far will you go to make sure they get the perfect experience?
As far as it takes. A guest that visits us every year happens to be very into basketball, and prior to his arrival every year we build a basketball court for him to NBA specifications.
What type of people come here? Who are the guests?
This guy.
No, we don't. That's something that it's something that we don't talk about at all, and it's the reason why we're chosen as a private getaway, as our guests know that we'll never share any information about them.
The secret guests on North Island will soon be joined by 3 of the sales team from Chester.
I was absolutely gobsmacked when they told me. It's just an experience that I never thought I'd be able to have. It's one of the perks, the privileges of the job, so it's nice to go out and see what it is that we are actually selling.
Jen manages to get reduced rates, but still spends well over £100,000 a year on these research trips.
The main focus of this trip is the private islands. We're doing really good in the resorts, but the private islands are obviously that much more expensive, and actually where we can add benefit to those internet-based operators.
You can read what the brochure says, you can go on the website, but there is nothing that replaces first-hand experience, first-hand knowledge.
On the beach, take your shoes off, because the beach is proper talcum powder, white sand. It's my recommendation to anyone that goes.
Made a note.
Take shoes off. It's amazing.
Not only is it then that they really get to experience the property and see what's right for one client above another client, but they also develop the relationships with the people at the hotel that can give the waivers, the favours, and support them when the clients are actually in resort.
Thank you very much.
What roles do you think each of you might take on this trip?
Mum. Thanks, Mum. Yeah.
Second mum. I'll play the child because they're both mums.
We'll look after Holly.
Not everyone is after brand new experiences. This 125-acre fruit farm in Somerset is run by Mervyn and Heather. They're in their 70s, but still work 51 weeks of the year and go on 1 week's dream holiday.
This is my husband, Mervyn.
The present.
I have been married to him for 48 years.
Are you still romantic?
Yeah, we are. Because you get treats when you're romantic. You get flowers, don't you?
Oh, it's me. I thought you meant you.
You're just, get your mind out of the gutter.
Why this choice in dress sense, Mervyn?
I went to school in shorts and I've stayed in shorts ever since.
What does Heather think of your choice of dress?
She got used to it by now.
Has he got shorts for every occasion?
Yes.
These are the holiday ones. Smart pair like that. A pink pair.
And this is your bedroom?
Yes. She gets invited in now and again.
He's got a good sense of humour, this one, Heather.
I know.
Is that what attracted you to him?
I think so, to start with. It's worn a bit thin now.
After making money manufacturing in Bermuda, Mervyn returned to the UK 38 years ago to run a successful farming business.
That orchard there is cherries, and over that side of the farm is the cider.
What kind of boss would you say you are?
I'm probably a bastard, but if they're not pulling their weight, they have to go. And I've been chased with a machete. Luckily, he was thick enough to know that I was standing in front of a glass window and I could see him coming up behind me. So I turned around and said, if you can't do it to my face, then don't do it behind my back.
12 years ago, Mervyn found a holiday destination that suited him perfectly, and he's been going back there ever since.
Welcome to Jamaica Inn. Because we were built in 1950, we got first pick along the whole coastline. So for just 52 suites on property, even if we're fully booked, it's never crowded on our beach.
What reaction do people have when they see the place for the first time?
The most common word I hear is wow.
What kind of holidays do you like?
Lazy ones.
Yes. We work 24 hours a day back here, so that is our one time when we don't do anything. We don't like the television, we don't like the radio, and we don't necessarily need newspapers because it's a holiday.
This is our main building. The design of the hotel is pretty colonial. In here we have our library where there's lots of history. That's Marilyn Monroe on her honeymoon with Arthur Miller.
Do you get lots of film stars staying here?
Yes, we do. Let me grab my list. I have a list of approved persons. So I can just refresh my memory. Celebrity guests. We have Princess Margaret, Winston Churchill, Mr. T.S. Eliot, Noel Coward, Errol Flynn, Kate Moss.
And I'm sure there's an even longer list that we
Oh
can't
yes,
see.
much longer list.
Accommodation at the Jamaica Inn costs up to £1,200 per night. Mervyn and Heather are going for 9 nights.
Do you ever think, oh, we could just go to like Tenerife and sit on the beach?
What with the hoi polloi? It's like having a Ford Mondeo or a Bentley. If you can afford a Bentley, you're going to have a Bentley. You don't want to be the richest people in the graveyard.
Hardly think that would happen.
No.
Jane and Michael's cruise is approaching St. Bart's, one of the most exclusive islands in the Caribbean. Passengers have the day to explore.
If you've been on that number of cruises, what's the difference between that and somebody who's gone for the first time? What do you do?
Don't get off. Because everybody else gets off and we have this beautiful yacht to ourselves. St. Bart's is an exception.
St. Bart's is the sort of Saint-Tropez of the Caribbean, if you like. The celebrities, they go to St. Bart's. You know, all the millionaires bring their yachts to St. Bart's.
Look at these ones. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Are there famous people here now, do you know?
There was last week.
Apart from
Ellen
us.
DeGeneres was here, and
Kim Kardashian.
and Prince was here.
Robin Thicke, who I've never heard of.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I have, of
course. That record that you can't buy. Da, da, da.
Oh, I get. And this is where
Who's
I
that guy?
saw Alan Wicker on this very spot, which was a hero of mine.
That beats Robin Thicke.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's kind of got that cachet of real success. Obviously, hugely glamorous, great shopping, one of the most kind of exclusive islands within the Caribbean.
Every time I come to St. Bart's, this is, oh, where am I going to go? Here. Oh, Christine.
Oh, it's you.
Jane has been shopping at Mascara for the last 10 years.
Oh, Christine, I love it.
A one-off haute couture dress can cost £800.
I can fly in it.
Yeah.
How many of Christine's dresses would you say you have?
Oh.
Minimum 50 pieces.
Yes, it's a lot.
She is full pedal. She really goes for it.
What do you mean?
Well, she's got the confidence, and she's always elegant. Mind you, that dress is far too short for her.
No, Christine, just completely like this.
Ah, okay.
Is looking good important to you?
Yes. Because I enjoy it. And, you know, I think I've spent so many years being very, very serious and having to concentrate on business. And I'm going to just enjoy the frivolity of it. Let's have a look.
I thought everyone would be really glamorous.
No. There is a dress code, but it's certainly not tuxedo for men. I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, I prefer, yeah. I call it yacht casual.
Would this be yacht casual?
Well, I must admit, one day a woman did say to me, she came up to me, she said, "So is this what they call yacht casual?" And I went, "In Jane's world, yes."
You going for it, Jane?
I'm going for it. Why not? I would also like to just point out that the dress I'm wearing did come from Zara for £17.99. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Mervyn may be a creature of habit, continually returning to the same colonial Jamaican retreat. But this year he wants a change. He's invited along a guest.
This is our daughter Samantha. She's quite feisty. She's coming with us to Jamaica, which will be fun, I hope. Her father offered to pay for it, so I think that was quite a deciding factor.
How much does your holiday cost you?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
After 14 years of working in hospitals overseas, Samantha has recently returned to live with her parents.
When you see what he does and how he works, you can't really sit on a sofa on a Saturday morning in your pyjamas and drink coffee and think, what shall I do today? So, nurse/farming assistant.
What's their relationship like?
It's very good, except that she will answer him back if he says anything she doesn't like, whereas I've just learnt to sort of ignore it and go along with everything.
What's your dad like at the moment?
Usually very fair, but if he gets cross or upset, run for your life.
Don't you believe what she said? She's making me out to be an ogre. I'm a lovely fellow, really.
A cheeky one, isn't he?
He's very cheeky, but everybody loves him.
Hello, how are you? Oh, get me to that bar. Get me to the...
Do you know how to get the party started?
She is the party. You didn't see her dancing on a table yet? Your motto is more is more. Is that what it is?
My motto, more is more.
Jane and Michael have been together for nearly 30 years. When they met, she was building her business and he ran an architectural design practice.
The holidays that I went on when I was working were disasters. Utter disasters. I would work my cotton socks off to get away to go on holiday, and then having got away, I would absolutely collapse. I was a wreck, and all I needed to do was sleep.
What's on the plan?
Are we going to go for drinks in the bar? The biggest luxury of all of having retired is time. You are just the person I need to see. Full stop. That's the biggest luxury. Phil, you're wet. Let's go to my favourite seat.
What do you love about champagne?
When Mike and I first met, we really seriously didn't have any money at all, and it was my birthday, and he brought me half a bottle of Bollinger. We opened the bottle, and both of us just went, oh! It was like nectar. It was just like a light went on in our lives, and I have loved champagne from that moment on. Yay! It's joyous. I mean, just to hear that pop, it's just like instantly I feel wonderful. I mean, it's just like, love it, love it, love it, love it. Cheers, darling. The first few years when we retired, we travelled, but it was the same manic travelling as we were working. It took us 5 or 6 years to get to the point where we can actually just come on board and relax. And, you know, why wouldn't you be with these great guys? They're our friends. They're family.
Well,
this one...
We're the rich uncles and aunts.
We love one another.
Did you ever think of having a family yourself?
Michael, did we ever think about having a family? No. It was...
We had employees. I mean, they were bad enough. And
look at me. No. From an early age.
Really, you never wanted to be a mum?
No, never. I never ever wanted to be a mother, no. And now I'm going to come across as a bitch from hell. You know.
Why do you say that?
Well, because it doesn't sound. You know, most women do have that need, or not need. That sounds. I don't know.
Well, it's called a maternal instinct.
It's not a need, it's an instinct.
Instinct. And I just didn't have that instinct. Seriously.
This evening in Chester, there's a party taking place in the office. Tomorrow morning, Natalie, Kelsey and Holly are heading off on a week's research trip to the Seychelles.
I can't think why you'd want to leave this lovely weather out here.
I know, I woke up this morning and I could hear the rain outside and I was thinking, oh, what a shame, I'm off to the Seychelles tonight. I've just been and met my mum and dad for a coffee and they said, oh, you're so lucky going off to the sun on a day like this. I said, well, you know, it's part of the job.
You'll cope.
I'll have to. Someone's got to do it.
Your friends must just hate you.
Yeah, they do. I've been to Morocco, Miami and Turks and Caicos as well already this year with work, so this is my 3rd trip.
Oh, Mummy will miss you. Yeah, I'll leave you with Daddy. Oh, good girl. Bye-bye, sweetie. Bye-bye. I'll text you. Bye. Oh, worst mum in the world. I'll try not to think about her too much because I think if you dwell about home a lot on these sorts of trips, you could become quite homesick. So it's quite a busy itinerary, which helps to not miss home too much. I can't believe you've braved flip-flops.
I know.
Are you mad? Yeah, you.
Yeah. Let me fill you in on Kelsey.
Oh God, last night.
So, I texted this morning, I went, morning, how are you feeling? And she said, I don't know how I'm going to get through the day, I can't remember getting home.
Oh no. Now she's got 12 hours flight to do.
Yeah. Hi! Horrendous. What a night. You don't look horrendous. No.
Power of makeup, girls. I sent the biggest apology this morning to Alexa.
Oh, at least you weren't actually ill.
And she went, oh no. Oh, yeah, I was throwing up.
Oh, in the car?
Well, at the side, but I don't know what was.
Bossy bird.
I said, I don't know if I've made any mess or something. Just let me know, and I'll pay for it to be clean. She's like, don't be silly, we're all getting that stage. And all this lot. I was like, oh, thanks, Alexis.
I don't even know where the handle is. Oh, it's there.
Before starting here, I'd never travelled long haul. I was your bucket and spade type of gal in Spain, Canaries, on my package holidays. And so before I came here, I didn't realise that this type of thing existed. So everything that I've seen has just blown my mind.
Upgraded to business! Door A for business.
You know, the amount of people on my newsfeed that go sick at me, and they're like, who are you? I'm feeling very spoiled, but it's nice. I like it.
And have you got a drink?
I have my kids, my champagne. That girl partying at the weekend in Ibiza and now she's in the Seychelles. What?
Night.
At the Jamaica Inn, they try to keep everything as it was 50 years ago. Preparations are underway for the arrival of the new guests.
Okay. Oh, sweet. We have Heather and Mervyn returning for 9 nights, and they are bringing in their daughter with them this time.
Welcome to the South Terminal.
How did you two meet?
We met in Bermuda, where we'd both gone out to work, and I don't think we took to each other to start with. Mervyn was engaged to somebody else, and I was playing the field. And then Mervyn was taken to hospital because he'd been ill, and he'd come back from hospital, and we met on a beach. I think I wrote to your girlfriend.
You did.
Engaged woman, fiancé, whatever they're called. And I had to tell her that I'm sorry, that was off. So it's quite shameful, really.
After a month, we were married.
Was it quite unusual to meet someone and get married that quickly?
No. You don't try the goods until you bought it.
He tends to say what he thinks and doesn't always think of the consequences. He never means any harm by what he says, but his lack of filter can get him into trouble.
What are we making, Nicola?
This is a swan.
And how many swans do you make a day?
Oh, it all depends. Sometimes I make a different design and the guests come and say to me that, could you make a swan for me? And I have to pull it back up and make another one.
Would you say the guests who come here have high standards?
Yes, yes. They're looking for the best.
Miss Marsh, give me a minute. Let me just point out unwanteds.
Would people really expect that you get 2 ants out of their room before they arrive?
You want to always give a very good first impression. You just never know after a long trip the psyche of someone. And if they saw an ant in their in the room, it might give them a little bit of cause for concern.
How discerning are you both?
I would like to say we're very discerning.
Yeah, with a capital S.
This will be Mervyn and Heather's 7th holiday at the hotel, but their first stay in the premier accommodation, a seafront cottage.
Oh, wow.
You happy, Heather?
Well, I suppose you could say happy, yes. It's lovely.
Ecstatic.
There are no real words, it's just
heaven.
All sorts of things happen in the plunge pool, so I'm led to believe by novels you read.
Novels? He doesn't read novels.
He doesn't read.
What's your verdict?
When you get back to England, can you go down to Somerset and lock up? Tell everybody we won't be back.
Natalie, Kelsey and Holly's work trip has begun. They've landed on the largest island in the Seychelles. To transfer to and from North Island, the owners recommend chartering a helicopter for around £1,200. Like all guests, the team have been asked to send ahead a list of their likes and dislikes, so their personal attendant can customize their experience.
Looking forward to receive my guests. 3 guests from Britain. So I'm used to their culture, I understand them very well.
So what do you know about British women then?
I know what they like: vodka, they like gin, they like wine, some they like sushi, sashimi. That information helped me to understand them.
What type of people come here, Fred?
Everyone is allowed here. Some, they work hard to come here. A guy, a Fred like me, it can take me maybe 15 years to come here for 2 nights. Well, others take them 2 months to come here. So I can say they can come, but there's a difference still.
So this is your beautiful home. Welcome, welcome home.
We've got to a stage in the world where they all kind of have the same things. So you get your Bang & Olufsen surround sound and your plasma screens and your Egyptian cotton sheets and your sunken baths and outdoor showers and infinity pools and blah, blah, blah.
Radio will be taking care of you.
But all hotels of a 5-star standard offer that. What makes something really special is always the service.
Every time I come here, I'll be ringing the bell for your privacy.
It's always the things that they do above and beyond, the fact that they know you, they know what you like, they stock the minibar with the drinks that you particularly like.
So I saw your request, the gin, so you'll love this one.
Thank you.
After this,
There's butlers and concierge people whose sole job is to make them have the best experience, and they're wonderful.
If there's like a big spider comes in the middle of the night and we need you, how long will it take to get you here?
oh, spider will be very fast. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick.
At the Jamaica Inn, the staff look after 48 suites spread over 8 acres.
No, right there, under the tree.
The beach is only open to the paying guests.
Are these your favourite seats then, Mervyn?
No.
Well,
You
because
should go bang in the middle.
these virgin skins, when they're used to it, we'll move further in the middle. Because if they get burnt, and they don't touch me, and then my holiday's ruined.
Given the choice, what do you like to do on holiday, Mervyn?
Nothing. Relax, unwind, and that's it. Provided the sea goes in and out, the sun comes in and out, and the bed's there, what more do you need? This young lady is going to supply us with rum punches and water.
Why did you decide not to have any more children?
If you'd have seen the trouble that we went through with the first one, there was no way I was going through it again with another one. The doctor said it's touch and go whether you get one back or two back. I thought no more after this. If we get through this one, that's it. But I think she's a good girl. I mean, she's my child, and I always think she's the stars shine out of her eyes. I hope she enjoys it. But she has a stressful job. And when she's got to treat people younger than her that have got a life expectancy of that much, it gets to her. But she shoulders it very well.
You all work very hard, though.
We work hard so we can enjoy ourselves. And if we won't do it, look out.
Hi, I'm here with our signature drink, our planter sponge rum-based drink. They are the best.
What are your guilty pleasures in life?
Do you want to know all their names? I haven't got any guilty pleasures. Maybe
We like to eat out occasionally,
Yeah.
and we like to drink occasionally, but not to excess, believe it or not, normally.
Dear Holly, Natalie and Kelsey, very warm welcome to North Island. May you have a truly wonderful and unforgettable stay with us. Aww. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So when does the work actually start then?
It's now! Right now!
The feeding time.
Woo!
Fred, have you not got your bikini?
Thank you.
I can try one.
You can try one. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. I just think the staff are amazing. They can't do enough for you, which is great to tell our clients.
You know, like if you were a client and your butler was just like stood around all day, I wouldn't.
You'd feel bad.
I feel a bit
wouldn't you?
uncomfortable.
You just want them to like be your friend and be part of the group, don't you?
Yeah.
Jane and Michael's cruise has reached the British Virgin Islands. To end every week, the crew throw the guests their signature party on the tiny island of Jos van Dijk.
All right, so today is one day that we do the beach barbecue. We have a place where you can eat, you can drink, and you can socialize. Why wouldn't you want to do something like that?
Life is not fair, so let's start off with that. Whether you agree with it or not, a Philippine girl who is eminently qualified She's probably got a degree even, and she can only get a job as a cleaner. It is damn hard work. There's 7 days a week. They have a plan in life. Their kids are being brought up by their grandparents, and when they're mid-30s, they'll come home. They will then set up a business. They will then be grandparents, and so the cycle goes on.
All right, let's take off our shoes. Just throw them on the beach. Whoa!
I'm just intrigued and I'm inspired by the way these people have lived their life. And the crew, I think, are our friends. I mean, what they think of us is another matter. We certainly respect and love them.
The Jamaica Inn does not have in-room butlers, but it does pride itself on the unique service it provides.
Whoa. Oh, quick.
Good morning.
That have been awful.
You didn't get that, right?
What's your relationship with the staff when you're on holiday?
Customer and staff. Don't trip over your shoelace.
My shoelace?
Yeah.
Now, I would have to do that, this.
You don't cross the path of trying to be the buddy.
Hey, Dindin, how you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you. Voila.
Hello, welcome to the beach. Nice to see you. How are you, my dear?
I'm fine.
Champagne, honey.
Thank you, sweet.
Nice to see you.
Do you feel more comfortable with the staff or with the guests?
Oh, gosh. If I don't know the guests, if I've just met them, the crew, absolutely. They're my friends. They're just extraordinary, lovely people.
What's the highlight of this beach party?
The champagne and caviar splash, without a doubt. Suddenly it will appear a surfboard and it will be floated in the water and we'll be all invited to go in and have some caviar.
What larks?
What larks?
We will have larking about.
As Jane and Michael signed up for a 3-week cruise, this is their 3rd champagne and caviar splash of the holiday. On North Island, the sales team are beginning work in earnest.
So hungry now. Ready for breakfast.
Yeah, definitely. Morning. Gorgeous, isn't it? Wow, good morning.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
I've heard that champagne goes very well with pancakes. Can I interest anybody for a little glass?
Yeah. Why not?
Part of work is to experience it as your guest would. So.
Yeah, definitely. You can say no as well.
Do the work trips work?
Absolutely. You know, why a client comes to us is because they want that first-hand knowledge.
Today, Natalie has an extra assignment for Jane and Michael. She's booked them a holiday in the Seychelles for next month.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you.
They will be staying on the main island, where apartments can be nearly £20,000 a week. Natalie's flown back to the resort to make sure everything is of an acceptable standard.
This particular villa that I booked them into is an ocean panoramic view. So they should have a gorgeous view of the ocean. That's something I'm keen to see to make sure it is what it says on the tin.
Have they got high expectations?
They do have high expectations, but I'd have high expectations, you know, if I was in their position travelling around the world, I had my pick of where I wanted to travel to, you know, I think you've got to. So this is the actual villa number, is it? That
This
Jane
is
will
the
be
actual
having?
villa number. In fact, it's our highest ocean panoramic villa with a fantastic view over the ocean.
Okay.
Which I'm sure your guests will enjoy. You feel like you're away from everything in your villa. So this is what they will wake up to. This is what they will experience during their stay.
Can I take a couple of pictures of it so I can send them to her before she gets here? Brilliant.
Often the complaints start with a little thing. If they arrive and they're not met by the top dog, then it can start degenerating from there.
Perfect, so the room's through here.
That's the room.
What happened is people then look at, there's a plug socket that hasn't been screwed in properly, or, you know, my coffee was too cold, my butler looked at me in the eye, whatever it might be.
You like it?
Yeah.
But we've had all sorts of things, you know, in the Maldives, I could see another island in the distance. It's supposed to be a desert island, okay?
Pretty nice bath.
Or, you know, there's too many fish in the sea that stop me swimming. Again, it's one of those things where you kind of say, well, have you considered the infinity pool, the lap pool, the plunge pool, or the other beach on the other side of the resort? I mean, sometimes I look at some of these complaints and I go, really? But for them, in that moment, it is really, really important to them. And me going, for goodness sake, that isn't going to help the situation. All we can try and do is say, what do I need to do to put it right? And there comes a point where you actually say, maybe this isn't the right resort for you, and we move people, and we have, and we will, and we do.
I know she loves a particular rosé, and I know her favourite champagne, so I'll give all of this to you.
Please. That would be great.
Because I think those sorts of things she'd be really, really touched by if sort of a bottle of her favourite rosé was in the fridge when she got here.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
the idea. Favourite music, so that when they arrive, it's their favourite music playing. Yes, please.
If she arrived and opened the door and there was a bit of, I know it sounds cheesy, a bit of Lionel Richie playing, I think
then
she'd
it would be
like,
a nice surprise.
Wow,
yeah.
how did they know?
Sam has persuaded her parents to leave the hotel grounds.
Now you salute.
They're always lovely and cool.
Wow. You've left the hotel?
Yes. It's the first time for 5 years.
Having a tour. The local area. Yeah. Family outing. That's an impressive place. It is, isn't it? It's huge.
Yeah. A house like that used to be like a plantation house. We call them great house in Jamaica.
Is there still a lot of hardship in Jamaica?
Yes, sir. We have extremely rich and extremely poor. Very, very, very little middle class. Sometimes the poor people are much more happier than the rich people because they don't have nothing to lose and they have a drink and make themselves happy.
You're grinding out.
Does it ever sort of make you think, well, we can't...
No.
No, that's the beauty of the place.
We work bloody hard here, and we earn what we earn, and we don't waste a penny of it. And if we didn't go there, who's going to employ them? It's all wheels within wheels.
On Jos van Dijk, the champagne and caviar splash is drawing to a close.
Is it going well?
Oh, not well, very well. If you would touch here, or there, or there.
Can I?
You can. Of course, you're the only one who can. So yes, I am wet. Well, I think and I hope they are blown away. Look around, everybody's smiling here. And they're going to go home and say, you know what? Let's go back to Sea Dream. Because that's where we had the best day of our life.
Every time I see that ship, I fall in love with it. Every time, all over again. I just absolutely love it.
Do you not ever get bored of it? Or...
No. I wish I did. It would be much better with the bank balance. Never get bored of it. It's always an adventure.
All the staff and everything. You do sort of think of them as family. I wonder what they think of you.
I hope they think of us as friends. Family would be nice as well, but that's maybe taking it... I would love to think they felt like that. One day, somebody said to me, Jane, we see more of you than we do our own family. So in a way, I think I've become the surrogate. Okay, we don't do the... I'd love to say sister. We might do the mother to them.
Would you consider the guests to be your friends?
Look, obviously, who you are, what you're earning, what position you are in the social ladder, that definitely has an influence or an impact on relationships. Let's be real here. I have a specific position in life. I'm not going to hang out with somebody on a higher degree and vice versa. At the end of the day, we are giving a service. Customers obviously pay for a service. We can interact on a certain degree, but let's be real. There will always be that gap.
Hello, Dindin.
Here's the queen.
Here's the queen. Thank you, Dindin. Thank you very much.
At the Jamaica Inn, on-beach dining can be arranged on request, but the normal dress regulations still apply.
You're not trying to drown us, are you?
What makes you laugh, Mervyn?
Watching her undress.
Thank you very much.
Oh, life makes me laugh.
His own jokes make him laugh.
Yeah.
It's an odd concept, but I don't know why they've had to put sugar in the cucumber soup.
Tastes like an old bush.
Do you go around tasting old bushes?
2 daiquiris and she's gone.
I was going to say, I'll have your nuts if you like to have the rest of my book.
Let me try your old bush.
Aboard Sea Dream, the award-winning chef is presenting a 7-course taster menu for the guests.
Okay, 1 asparagus for Jane can go.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at
Thank
the colour
you.
on that.
Asparagus. I tell you what, asparagus goes so nicely with this wine.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say your philosophy is live life to the full?
Philosophy. I'll hand that over to you, darling. What's the philosophy?
Well, I think you said to me the other day, in 20 years' time, we probably won't have the energy to do what we're doing now. So our philosophy is, let's enjoy it now. Have fun.
Until you don't. We're planning for Armageddon, you know, sort of decrepitude. We have parents. We know what it's like, especially as we kind of slightly above the level, the recommended level for alcohol intake. We're realistic. This is the time for us to enjoy ourselves. It may not last forever.
Yeah.
It won't last forever,
won't.
but we are going to enjoy
That's
ourselves.
why we're enjoying
and
it
we're going to enjoy ourselves with people who we have respect for and who we like and admire.
As part of the North Island experience, the owners have tailored a special evening for their guests.
Has this been health and safety checked? Oh my god. Oh, look at that beach though. Look at it. This looks amazing.
Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hi.
Please do enjoy it. It's a glass of rosé bubbles.
Thanks, Damien. Cheers. Cheers, girl. Cheers. This is really special. I've never experienced champagne on a rock before. This is wowed me. The whole resort has wowed me.
I know it's changed my life. Absolutely changed my life.
Thank you very much.
That first trip I went on, I was like, am I really experiencing this? This is unbelievable. And everybody that goes on those trips, it changes their life.
Are we actually just sat here on North Island in the middle of the Indian Ocean?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
No, I'm watching the telly.
It feels like it. It feels like
I'm watching the telly with the radiator on.
Yeah.
Full whack.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Do you believe in growing old gracefully?
No. So there we go. Some people would say wearing a tweed skirt and twin set and pearls is graceful. I can't quite see me doing that, but one never knows. It's always an option. I don't think it's going to happen.
What?
I was just I thought you were puckering up your lips.
Mervyn and Heather only have 2 more days before they have to return to working their farm.
Are you two growing old gracefully?
Of course we are.
Yes, I should be wearing a skirt and blouse next.
Are you conscious of them getting older?
Old age comes to us all, so I'm grateful that they're as young at heart and agile as they are.
I haven't had to blow my nose a minute.
Do you worry about them?
Yes, but then who doesn't worry about their parents?
What's important in your lives?
Stay healthy and happy.
Independent. Never have to have somebody else wipe our bottoms, feed us. I think if we get to that stage, we're going to save the money and go to Dignitas.
Cut your losses, go to heaven or hell or wherever you're going. If the vet would do it in the village, I'd go down to the vets.
So how does it feel to have her worry about you?
She shouldn't worry, because I've had a jolly good life. I can't complain. I should die with a smile on my face.
Who's this holiday for? Is it
All of us. And we were honoured to think that she'd want to come away with 2 old people. This is our way of saying, you know, have a good time. Because when we die, it's all going to the cat's home.
Jane and Michael's 54th cruise on Sea Dream is ending in Puerto Rico.
How long does it take you to say goodbye, Jane?
Quite a long time.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, Sir
Hi,
Michael.
darling. Nice to see you.
Oh, my dancing partner.
Take care of me with talking pleasure. Okay, I don't like to be doing.
Nor do I. We start crying.
How long do you think you're going to keep going with the number of holidays?
For life, for God's sake. It's simple as that.
Safe life home, darling.
Go on some of these big boats. They're all designed for people of all sorts of inabilities.
Bye-bye, George.
You'll find ramps, lifts, grab rails, nurses, incontinent bags.
Bye-bye, Tom.
There's no excuse for you. You go out there and enjoy yourself.
Bye-bye.
You can do it. I will be doing it.
We're clanking glasses. Every day I just think how privileged I am. I have just such an amazing, amazing life. And I'm jealous of myself. It's just like, how did this happen? God, I mean, it's just, life's wonderful. Bye. And it would be a crime not to enjoy it. Wouldn't it, really?
It's time for the Seychelles 3 to pass on their findings to the rest of the sales team.
Right, I'm just going to do some Seychelles training.
People can get caught up in the world of luxury travel and start thinking that we are the clients, and actually we are here to serve the clients. I guess taking your butler example, in the whole Downton Abbey scenario, we are the butlers, if you like.
So we flew into Mahe, and then from there it's about a 10-minute transfer to the helicopter departure point, which is the best way to do it because it gets you there the quickest. And it's only about €1,500. So if the client's paying for North Island, they should be able to factor that in quite well. I think you can absolutely get lost in these holidays and you almost think that this is life. If you've got any larger clients, they may need that need seatbelt extensions. That's the only issue that they would have. But I do quite like to go for walks to the park and go and do my own food shopping on a weekend. It's nice to be normal sometimes. Because we sent on our preference form that we like gin and vodka. There was like full bottles.
We specifically said Grey Goose as well, and there was a bottle of Grey Goose waiting for us
and
when we
that's
got there.
included for any guests. So.
At the moment, I'm loving my job, but obviously if I, had a family, then obviously that would become more important.
Once you settle down, you won't be able to go to these incredible places.
Oh, I will. I'll make sure of it. I'm going to marry a rich man.
Best robes ever. So they go to the floor. It was just all the little things I was like... Before when I started, I was just happy doing my 2 weeks in Tenerife. But now there is a whole bigger world out there, and I do get a bit picky now when I choose my holidays. No butler? No way.
Egret there.
Peter and Christine go to India and walk in Charles and Camilla's footsteps.
Just think Prince Charles has stepped over here.
In Barbados, the paparazzi are lined up in one of the world's premier celebrity hotspots.
Little do they know it's Martin and Richard from Balham.
Oh my God.
And concierge Katie experiences Thailand as the newest member of the Millionaires Holiday Club.
We've changed Casey, that's it now. There's no going back.